What is the most savage thing a teacher has ever said to you? After getting hit in the eye with a softball during PE and almost being knocked the fuck out, he said to me, "Son, it could have been worse, could have been my eye." We were sitting around at the end of shop class just talking shit until the bell rang. One student asked the teacher if he knew how to get 4 gay guys to sit on a stool. The teacher didn't know, so the student turned over his stool so all 4 legs were pointing up. We all laughed, and then the teacher said they had the same joke back in his day, except it was about how to get 4 sorority girls to sit on a stool. The student thought that version was way better and started laughing even harder. Then the teacher says, "Isn't your sister a sorority girl?" The look on the student's face was priceless. Not me, but a classmate of mine who put on his sunglasses in class. Take off those sunglasses, your future ain't that bright. After building trebuchets to launch golf balls in physics, we were doing our tests and someone's went off center on a swing and threw a ball in my direction, hitting me in the head surprisingly hard. Actually got a minor concussion from it and it split the skin open. Seeing me grabbing my head and bleeding, my teacher laughs and says maybe it'll fix the part of your brain that makes you like you are. Not me but my best friend. In social studies the teacher was giving a lecture and my friend, let's call him Jad, was talking shit to some friends at the back of the room. He said something about his dick, as high school kids do. Well, from the front of the class comes a real snappy line from the teacher, "This is social studies, Jad, not microbiology." For our Christmas concert I was playing first cornet, small trumpet, and I neglected to wear completely black shoes. They had a white stripe around the rim of the sole. When my brass instructor found out, 10 minutes before we were about to go on stage, he fixed me with one of the most intense, burning glares and stated, "You are an absolute disgrace," in a cold tone that was dripping with disappointment and barely repressed rage. He was my favorite teacher who was a super chill guy I looked up to and respected a lot, but damn, music teachers on concert nights, a completely different beast. In high school, the yearbook committee did a thing where we went to different teachers and asked where they saw random seniors in 10 years time and put the quotes in the yearbook. When I gave the name of one of my friends to our English teacher, she simply said, "Jail." You should really wear socks. It's disgusting not to. Then she gave me a pack of Hanes men's socks. Word got around the school and I was bullied relentlessly. I gave my last clean, not hole-filled pair to my little brother that morning so he could play at recess in the cold Iowa winter and not be too chilly. So fuck you, Mrs. Wilkinson. One of my football buddies got his essay back and the teacher put the mark and F or D or whatever in the top corner, then drew on the top a football play, except instead of the end zone he labeled it the failure zone and showed my friend ending up there. Guidance counselor while simultaneously looking over my transcripts and aptitude test scores. Well, it looks like you're a classic underachiever. Not to me, but my PE teacher once told a boy in the changing rooms before we went out for football to take all his jewelry off. He had about 2 chains on his neck, an earring and maybe some more stuff. I can't remember. But it was hilarious to have a teacher say, "Who you trying to be, Mr. T or something," in front of all the boys in his class. Neither were towards me, but my history teacher was a fucking madman with his savagery. I was chewing gum and a girl put her hand up and snitched on me for it. He looked at her and said, "This is why people fucking bully you." Later that year he got into an argument with some dickhead in my class who was trying to be badass. The kid straight up paraphrased Bruce Banner and said, and I quote, "Don't piss me off. You dead ass would hate me pissed off." The legend that was Mr. Summers replied, "I hate you anyway. Get out." I asked my maths teacher for help when I was around 15 years old, and he told me he couldn't help me because he isn't a cosmetic surgeon. I cried for ages and really thought my friends were going to break his skull. "You don't celebrate Christmas? What, are you a Jew or something?" I was like 9, and Christmas looked fun as shit. Like it was my fucking decision to not make decorations and get presents, lol. Not a day goes by that I don't regret writing you that letter of recommendation. Me, opens mouth to interject. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Proceeds to stare deep into my eyes, straight through my soul. Me, turns and walks out of the room. No comeback for that. I don't have favorites. I hate all of you equally. Ms. H. Small 1992-23 Honors English/History. If you were my employee, I'd hand you your last paycheck and tell you to scram, but I'm stuck with you. Said in front of the entire class. I got bullied in middle school by two guys in the grade ahead of me. One day they said some particularly mean shit to me, and one of my teachers, who was also the football coach, could just tell that I was down on myself. He grabbed me after his history class one day and kind of tried to cheer me up. I'll never forget one of the things he said. "Yeah, know the thing about guys like that, and guys like you are going to be signing their paychecks one day." I honestly didn't fully register it at the time, but years later I'm like, damn. He basically said those guys aren't going anywhere in life. Wasn't said to me, but still my favorite high school memory. Grade 9 French teacher left halfway through the semester, so we had a temporary teacher for about a week. First day she introduces herself and tell the class a little about her. She's from Russia, a few other facts, and she does not drink alcohol. A kid in my class responded with, "But Ms. you're Russian. You must drink like vodka or something." Teacher said that's a stereotype. Not all Russian people drink vodka. That would be like me saying you're black. You must steal things. Half the class practically fell out of their chair laughing.